Ladies and gentlemen around Silverstone, if I may have your attention please for just a few moments. I hope that I wouldn't have to make an address like this in my commentary career, however, in light of recent events, I'm afraid I must. Last Sunday, September 16th, 2018, we sadly and tragically lost a member of the motorsport family and the BRSCC Fiesta paddock. John Bateman, a former Class A driver and member of the Fiesta coordination team, sadly lost his life while competing at Donington Park last weekend. The news of his passing came as a devastating shockwave to the entire paddock. John had competed in Fiestas for 4 years and managed to win his class on a handful of occasions. But winning trophies wasn't John's main motivation. He simply loved motorsport, loved racing and being a part of the race weekend. His passion for motorsport, driving and racecraft knew no bounds, and he thoroughly enjoyed not only bettering his own ability as a driver, but also passing on his wisdom to others as a driving instructor and tutor to any of our racers who needed guidance. John was one of those personalities where no one had a bad word to say about him. He was, put simply, one of motorsport's good guys. The famous quote by Steve McQueen in the movie Le Mans rings true. Racing is life. Anything before or after is just waiting. To John, racing was his life, and he enjoyed every second of it. While no one wished John to pass so soon, many can agree that he did so in a way he would have wanted, behind the wheel of a race car on his way to victory. He was professional, diligent, knowledgeable, and above all else, a true gentleman of the sport and in life. He leaves a hole in the Fiesta paddock which will be hard to fill, but he will never be forgotten. For everything he did for motorsport, we see our humble and heartfelt thank you.
Lovely words there from Scott Woodwiss. Well done, Scott, for John Bateman. John won here at Silverstone back in 2014 in Class B. Many other wins as well. But he'll be greatly missed throughout the motor racing community. On to our second race here. Sam Watkins starts on pole position. Pole in Class D, Jamie White. Class A pole, Mark Court. And Mark has a little bit of company in this one as well because Colin Newbold is back out to play, which is great news. So we'll see some battles in all the classes. Second on the road in race one was Simon Horrobin. He got that penalty and he starts fifth on the grid. But the front row, Sam Watkins and Ollie Hunt, they're going to be battling it out as they head down into Abbey Corner for the first time. Lights are on, out go the lights very quickly indeed. Great start in red, right of shot from the second place man Zachary Lucas in Class D, gets ahead of Jamie White. He always seems to do that. But it's from row two, Jamie Going from row two goes into the lead. Going is in front, great start from Going. That'll be watched back, I'm sure, to see whether he jumped the start, but I think all looked okay to me. Ollie Hunt is next up, but being passed by David Nye into third. Sam Watkins second in yellow. Hunt at the moment in fourth place. Harry Gooding on the inside. Then it's Miles Baker in the 99. Simon Horrobin in orange, I think, has lost positions off the start. Comes under pressure from Danny Harrison. Then it's Richard Dawson. Tom Hutchins being challenged there by Jake Dawson. Back on board with Harry Gooding coming down the straight, maybe looking for dampness here. Goes back onto the drying line as Ollie Hunt goes through. Maybe that was slightly defensive. Hunt goes through and past Gooding once again. If Gooding finishes where he starts, it's going to be the least successful meeting of the year for him. Again, I'm sorry to bang on about drop scores, but they do play a big part of the championship. Gooding coming under pressure now from Miles Baker in the black and white 99 car. But having said that, Gooding is having a good little nibble to try and get back at Ollie Hunt. So good way to get our second race underway. And they tick off lap one, which will be 15 laps, 20 minutes anyway, to race here on the international circuit at Silverstone. Danny Harrison coming under pressure from Jake Dawson. So it's Jamie Going out front, Sam Watkins getting on the case, trying to close in on him. David Nye in third, Simon Horrobin a fair way back in this one in orange. As the race starts to now just build on lap two, starts to settle down. There's a great move there by Jake Dawson down the inside line on Danny Harrison. One thing you'll notice about this track, plenty of places to pass. Ryan Falconbridge was being nibbled at by Jamie White in that earlier shot, and David Knight, a fair way behind the race leaders at the moment. They're going into Stowe Corner. Great shot from Knight. You get a real feel for the speed and the camber of that corner from the onboard shot, now heading past the pit lane entrance into the club chicane once again. Sam Watkins trying to close down on the leader, but Jamie Going certainly made the most of the race start. Dawson and Hutchins, white and Union flag liveries respectively, dicing it out. Dawson 10th in race number 1. I've not seen him since 300 circuit at Snetterton, Richard Dawson, so nice to see him back. We, again, to talk about the drop score scenario, does cater for drivers who can't do all of the rounds, and not suggesting that Richard was in with a shout at the overall championship, but this is 10th start of the year as Harry Gooding trying to close in on Ollie Hunt, but has got his teammate Miles Baker right behind him as well, the man from Wolverhampton. Encouraging for everybody to see blue skies now, punctuated by a little bit of cloud cover, but it doesn't feel rainy as it did in yesterday's race. So let's hope that we can get through cleanly with as few retirements as possible in this race as well. Staying on board with the championship leader. If he, well, it's not going to happen, but if he was going to take two wins this weekend and fastest laps, not going to happen where he is here, then I think he'd still be shy now with that result in race number 1 of being 150 points clear going into the last round. So by my maths, I don't think Harry can wrap it up today, and that's probably the way that the British Racing Sports Car Club design and engineer the championship regulations. It's better for everybody if it goes to brands. Not well, better for everybody apart from Harry Gooding. What a year Harry Gooding has had though. Took his first race win at Rockingham and has had 6 wins so far this year. Battle on for the lead though. Sam Watkins is busy challenging Jamie Going. This is what the race fans here are watching, so it's the Englishman and the Welshman, we need an Irishman really. Who remembers Alan Donnelly? And they all go into the bar after the racing and shake hands and have a great time, I'm sure. There probably are some racing jokes there somewhere as we go on board with Jamie again. So, mid-track at the moment, not really defensive, but he'll probably move over to come out for the racing line. He does move over slightly now. Let's see if the Welshman can pop a move up on the inside line. No, he can't. Jamie Going holds on to the race lead and will head down Vale, very slightly downhill, in towards the chicane. That's what we wanted to see. Sam Watkins still chasing, but a length or so behind, closes up under braking into the chicane. Still David Nye in 3rd place. David third position in the championship, clear of Tom Hutchins, and he'll extend that lead over Tom Hutchins, 4th in the standings at the moment, as well as Watkins on the damp. Looks to try and go past Jamie Going, who cuts across, grabs his line. They go back to the outside racing line, which is very well marked here by that drying line. Ollie Hunt is there in 4th place. This is the battle for 5th. Harry Gooding trying to close down on Jake Dawson again. Is the battle for the lead, and down the inside line, superb move. Into Chapel goes the number 7, Sam Watkins, but drifts wide, and Jamie Going read that very well indeed. Good racecraft from the pair of them. A clean, fair trade of the race lead between the pair, but it's lost momentum for Sam Watkins. He dived through into the lead. Jamie Going responded superbly, going back on the inside line. And here's the view from David Nye. So Going is clear, and Hunt is through. Ollie Hunt past David Nye. Up into 3rd place, he's on for a potential podium again. And Sales past the Welshman too. Now David Nye's going to challenge for 2nd. David Nye going through. So David Nye back up into 2nd position. We're seeing place changes aplenty on this lap. The leaders change, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. And now here comes Ollie Hunt up into 2nd place. The 2010 racing car gives room to Nye on the inside line. We've got Jake Dawson in the mix as well. And Harry Gooding is coming up into play as well. What's happened to Watkins? He's dropped well out of it. The yellow car, the race 1 winner. It doesn't look like it's going to be a successful race for him. He's well out of it. Miles Baker going through as well. Still Jamie Going out front, but 4 of them together. We look back to see if we can spot the yellow car. It ain't there. So Watkins, sadly, very much out of contention. This one, Tom Hutchins leading this group along the main straight. Danny Harrison and Simon Horrobin engaged in battle at the moment. Simon's going to have a look up the inside line, see whether he can get through. Ryan Falconbridge is now looking on the outside. Good move there through and past Horrobin, but it looks like Harrison's got the inside run here as they come out of Chapel Curve and onto the Hanger Straight. Wherever you look, there's some great battling going on. So Ryan Falconbridge, race winner, remember, round 6 at Rockingham. That's how competitive this championship is this year. Harry Gooding, though, is the chaser of the 3 cars we're looking at. And Jake Dawson, who only joined us at Rockingham round 6, is in front. And Gooding in behind David Nye, with Jamie Going out front at the moment. So the second position, Jake Dawson in the 54. Potentially a first podium on here for Jake Dawson. I don't know why I sound surprised. He's really got to grips with this circuit this weekend. So Dawson second, and I think these guys are closing in on Jamie Going. So we'll see whether they all work together, or whether they get involved in squabbles. Nye up ahead of Gooding as they go through, and then Ollie Hunt. So this race is certainly had more swaps than we had in the previous ones. Not to say that the first race was dull, far from it, but here comes Harry Gooding again, having a good run along Hanger Straight. A bit of breathing space here on this straight, and he'll be mindful of what's going on ahead. He'll have a very close eye on his mirror as well to see if anyone's thinking about having a look up the inside line. But Gooding retaining 4th position at the moment. So still Jamie Going, looking to break his duck away from Snetterton, as it were, because he won at Snetterton last year and won this year. But look at this, another superb battle going on here with Richard Dawson out front, Simon Horrobin the second place car of this group, then Tom Hutchins, and Hutchins about to be passed by Ryan Falconbridge. Danny Harrison is very much in the mix as well. And it's Jamie White, the leading Class D runner, who's had the regular script of Zach Lucas getting in front of him off the start, but Jamie sort of settled into the race and pulled away. And Zach Lucas running second in class in his red Zetec S, which we'll probably see before the end of the race. But at the moment, it's the Class Cs that are providing the various battles around the circuit. So this group headed by Richard Dawson, Simon Horrobin trying to get up ahead. David Nye with a battle now, a good eye on the battle for the lead. So Jake Dawson is piling the pressure on Jamie Going at the moment. Going had a really good, decent lead now, and Dawson's going to have a look down the inside. He's not frightened to do that. We've seen that on other corners, and the pressure is very much on the race leader. Side by side they go. Dawson's on the outside as they exit the chicane here, so Going holds on to lead position. David Nye closing in. Harry Gooding is not that far away either here. Harry Gooding back in 4th place, and we're only about halfway through this race, so this really has got the hallmarks of a classic BRSCC Fiesta Championship racing with MRF Tyres event. Jamie Gooding still the race leader. David Nye, the difficult position here, I'm guessing, is 2nd place, because you're attacking for the lead but also having to defend from a vastly experienced driver, David Nye, who looks around the outside line. We maybe go for the cutback on the inside, but he's got his mirrors full now of Harry Gooding momentarily, because Gooding takes a different line, looks to the outside, goes back onto the racing line here. Look at Gooding fighting the car. Jake Dawson gets a tank slapper on coming through Chapel, and Harry Gooding is going to go around the outside line and get more momentum and maybe take P2 here. Gooding from 4th, read that well. He was on the outside line. Where is David Nye? There's Nye. His nose comes into shot as they come down the Hanger Straight into Stowe Corner, and Gooding is going to maintain the challenge on the outside line. Can't do it. Nye's got the inside. Consolidates 2nd again. So David Nye, 2nd position, and all this is giving breathing space to Jamie Going, who's looking for his first non-Snetterton win You won't thank me for keep rubbing that in, but he is something a bit special, isn't he, around Snetterton, which we've seen. And leading this one, Gooding trying to get through past David Nye, and look, Jake Dawson's come back into the mix as well, has recovered superbly from his issues, and Dawson's through on the inside of Harry Gooding. So he thought Gooding was going to be in second, he's back down in 4th place now. My goodness me, what a race we're seeing from these guys, and they're starting to get into the Class A traffic now as well. So down towards Chapel they come once again, and fair play there to Colin Newbold in the 59 for pulling clear. Harry Gooding gets back at Jake Dawson again. This for 3rd place. He's got the inside line. David Nye trying to get on terms with the race leader, running a little bit wide there on the exit of Chapel, onto Hanger Straight once again. Harry Gooding battling hard. Fantastic forward-facing shot. Some cars, of course, carry the rear-facing camera as well, and I was wondering whether we were going to see a challenge up the inside. It's the outside for Jake Dawson, left of shot, and Jake Dawson does it! Back into 3rd, but look, he's on the ragged edge, the car's drifting away from us, loses momentum, and back through goes Gooding, but Dawson's still got the inside line as they come into the chicane. Dawson and Gooding, what a race we're seeing between the two of them, and how they didn't touch there I don't know, but Dawson throws the car into the corner, holds onto it. Gooding has got a better line, he gets a better exit. Or does he? No, it's more momentum from Dawson, who'll hang on to 3rd place. Almost leaning on the car on the outside line there is Harry Gooding. Still got Miles Baker back in 5th place. Gooding's still on the inside line. Superb racing. Absolutely top draw stuff. And it's Jake Dawson that holds on to 3rd, but we've got David Nye battling for the lead now. Nye looks down the inside, splashing through the puddles on the inside line and gets the lead. Runs wide, Jamie Going's going back on the inside line. Jake Dawson's in the mix as well. Harry Gooding just out of shot at the moment in 4th place, back in shot now. He wasn't that far behind at all. And Nye goes wide, it's Jamie Going still out front. Dawson 2nd, Nye 3rd. No, he's not, because the predominantly blue car of Harry Gooding goes through on the inside line, the blue with the white and orange flashes. Nye getting a good run though, a long Hanger Straight once again. Here's the view from Harry Gooding, swapping cars again. Harry's looking on the inside line, David Nye consolidating 3rd, and Jake Dawson, obviously not content with being on a podium position, wants to go for an outright win. How cool would it be for him to get a race win and a first podium? So Jake Dawson racing hard, his best result so far for Dawson is, let me see, Jake Dawson having a look through, 10th, 8th, 9th, 7th, 5th, 5th position best result for him at Castle Combe, and he's challenging for the lead now. This is absolutely mint stuff from Dawson in the 54. Still busy challenging hard. It's Jamie Going still out front. David Nye in 3rd, and this could go. This race could go anywhere between these top 5 drivers. You've got to say Miles Baker, you wouldn't write him off either. Miles, remember, was 2nd at Rockingham, and he's in 5th. And none of these guys are letting up. It's still Jamie Going soaking up the whatever they've thrown at him so far. Jamie Going has been able to deal with. There is Miles Baker in 5th position. A little bit of drift to Harry Gooding at the moment. Keen to get involved in the mix as we go on board once again with Harry Gooding looking at David Nye. Nye in turn looking at Jake Dawson in P2, and Dawson's piling the pressure on again. You see a little bit of spray coming onto the windscreen there of the championship leader's car as the lead changes, and it's Jake Dawson in front now. He's managed to get past. Dawson leads, or does he? No, Going's coming back on the inside line. Jamie Going back into the lead. Jake Dawson all over the back of the race leader. I think there was a little bit of contact there and Dawson's through. Going recovers from that. Look at the black Catherine wheel on the side of his car. That's how close they've been rubbing tyres on the inside of Jamie Going's car, but it's Jake Dawson that leads across the line. There's contact there with David Nye. I thought they were going to go head on into the wall. They glanced the wall. Nye and Going have a coming together. That surely is game over for those two, and it's Jake Dawson out front in this one. Jake Dawson leading, so issues there for Going, and Nye got very, very fraught indeed. They find themselves now behind Miles Baker. So It's Jake Dawson out front. Harry Gooding in second there in the championship leading 56 car. David Nye and Jamie Going have recovered well. And did you see that there was a tyre mark on the side of Jamie Going's car even before they nearly went into the pit? That could have been a lot worse, to be fair. But we're right on board with Jamie Going again. He's climbing back up through the order. The car seemingly not damaged, and he's looking at his teammate Miles Baker, who takes a wide line. He's too far back, Jamie Going, at the moment to do anything here. But look at this shot as they go through Stowe Corner. The car's holding on. It's a wonderful shot. And what a thrill these drivers get around this international circuit here at Silverstone. This is the battle for third place now. Miles Baker is up on for a second career podium, having finished 8th position in race 1, so third place here. But Jamie Going all over the back of him at the minute, so it's Dawson leading, then Gooding, who will extend the championship lead because Gooding is in front of his key championship rivals here, so will extend his championship lead. Fastest lap is with Sam Watkins at middle distance. He's not in the mix and is a lap or so adrift after problems earlier on, but has come on and set the fastest lap. Man who started on pole by virtue of the win in race number 1. Things now a little bit calmer as we head into the closing stages of this race. Gooding busy chasing Jake Dawson down Hanger Straight. You can see it's a big gap up to the race leader, who may well have to deal with a bit of traffic before too long. Again, this super shot as they go through Stowe Corner and through Vale, very quickly heading down into the chicane where the race leader is now. And you'd be very, very brave to bet against a maiden win here for Jake Dawson, who exits Club Corner and goes across the line, still ahead of Harry Gooding. There is race traffic up ahead, so Jake is going to have to deal with that. Miles Baker in third, Jamie Going in 4th position at the moment. David Nye still going as well after that contact. A very, very physical ride, and you can see why. I'm not saying that contact is acceptable or anything else, but when you get very close motor racing such as this in very evenly matched cars, inevitably there is going to be rubbing. Rubbing is racing, as we always say. Onto the Hanger Straight for the last time. That's why these drivers use this Fiesta Championship, why so many drivers have used it as a stepping stone, a learning ground to go up into Clio Cup and ultimately into the British Touring Car Championship. Here's Harry Gooding. How good would it be to see Harry racing in touring cars in a few years' time? He's certainly got the talent as a former Fiesta Junior champion. Into Stowe Corner again for Gooding in 2nd position. So very valuable championship points to him. He's going to have to do, if he maintains this form in race 3, won't have to do too much at Brands Hatch to wrap up the championship, and it's looking like race 1 at Brands Hatch where he will do it. But for a maiden checkered flag, 54, Jake Dawson is going to take the checker here at Silverstone. There it is, Jake Dawson takes the win. Harry Gooding in 2nd place, Miles Baker in 3rd, but in the post-race results, a 6-second race penalty added to Jake Dawson's time. So although he takes the checker, he's actually going to be classified down in 4th place, Jake Dawson. The win, therefore, going to Harry Gooding from Miles Baker, Jamie Going 3rd from Jake Dawson, David Nye 5th, then Simon Horrobin and Ryan Falconbridge, Richard Dawson 8th from Danny Harrison and Tom Hutchins, Jamie White 2nd win of the weekend in Class D for him, then Mark Court winning Class A, Zach Lucas next ahead of Luke Bannister, Chris Loader, Tim Bennett, Colin Newbold and Marco Ricci, with Samuel Watkins completing our finishers. Fastest lap again to Sam Watkins.
Jamie, 2 out of 2, and as you mentioned yesterday, this is important for you in terms of points for the overall championship, particularly with Harry not scoring any wins so far this weekend.
Yeah, no, that was a really good result. I mean, Harry was up on the podium this time, so that, you know, it doesn't extend our lead too much, but it was a good solid result for us. So in I think we made the wrong call on the tyres by going full wet, but when we sort of went out there, it was still damp down hanger straight and wet down the start finish straight, and the sun came out and it dried in no time. So it was a bit like, oh, this isn't good. But we got away quick at the start and just stayed there.
So obviously tyres something you can change for the final race. It certainly looks like the sun's going to stay out for the rest of today. Another win?
Try our best. I mean, Zach's back on the second row, sorry, next to us on the grid, and he does seem to get a very good start every time. So as long as I can just get to that first corner first, then he's got to come past me.
Well, we'll see what happens out there. Congratulations once again on your class victory.
Thank you.
Mark, 2 out of 2 and slightly better conditions today than you were racing in yesterday, but still battling it up there.
Yeah, it was really good. I think I finished 13th in the end, and there was only one of the Ds ahead of me, so it's really nice to beat nearly all the Ds. And I nearly lapped Colin, which was a bit worrying.
One more race to go. It's got to be 3 out of 3, hasn't it?
Hopefully, but now it's dry, I probably won't be able to mix it with the Ds so much, but it'll be a challenge.
Well, congratulations once again. Look forward to seeing you out there.
Thank you.